So we used the search and destroy phase where we got these cards to build up our hands and to build up the maneuver map. And the VP of the game, the person who's the confident player, has a maximum of 7 cards in his hand he can have, and the person who is the desperate player can have up to 9 cards in their hand. And let's see. The first thing that's going to happen is the initiative cards are going to go out. In this scenario, only 4 of those are used, so those are dealt out randomly. And the confident player has the advantage of stealing a card, initiative card. So we'll draw 2 to one person, 2 to the other, and then we flip those over and assign them to carriers. So now the confident player, which is me, can look at the cards and say, I want to trade the 3 for the 2. So I can go first, second, he'll go third and fourth, and how those are assigned respectively. The maneuvering the forces, now we both move our carriers on the map towards each other, and the way spaces are counted in between are the empty spaces count as 1. So when you move, you can only move 1 space. So now we're counting the distance when we do attacks, or the distance between the 2 carriers. 1, 2, and since he's hidden, he has a +1 marker on there, so that would mean 3. So that's a distance of 3, and we'll use that for calculating gas and things like that. We hunt the moving target. Now, what that means is I'm using my initiative card of 1 here. I have 3 things that I can do. I can go into the wind with 3 airplanes. I can do 2 airplanes into the wind and do 2 repair points, or I can do 5 repair points, get 2 command cards added to my hand, and not do any planes into the air, which is a total defensive move, try to recover. But right now there's no damage on my aircraft carrier, so I will choose into the wind, and I will launch a torpedo bomber and 2 fighters. Okay, so these 2 guys are going to attack this aircraft carrier here. Now the first thing that happens is if that plane has a CAP, or a Combat Air Patrol airplane, in ready to attack mode, he can go in defensive mode up against these planes, and they can do some die roll back and forth. Then if the carrier is successful in blocking them away, they basically return back. If they are successful in getting through, they proceed with the attack for the torpedo bomber, and the torpedo bomber would attack the ship, and then that fight back and forth between the ship happens. Now how combat happens is that you declare which one of these guys is going to attack. In the dogfight, you can have a plane against another plane. You play combat cards, and the combat cards look something like this. And there's different modifiers that can happen at the bottom that affect the combat. Number of dice that you can roll, how much damage that you take. Some of the icons at the bottom also cancel the other card. Some add on to attacks, etc. So that battle goes back and forth, and if you're successful, you go on, you attack the carrier. Carrier also has built-in defense, and then there's cards that also allow a carrier to be defensive. And you can draw 2 battle cards with this and add 2 extra dice into your attack, which is a good card to have. The icon with the bullseye on the bottom cancels the other guy's battle cards, so his cards are canceled. If the torpedoes and bombers are able to get through, they roll their damage markers against the carriers, and then these markers here track how much damage that you do to the opponent. Once you get to the 3 level, if you get a cripple, you get 1 VP when crippled, and the attacker gets 1 VP on the track, moving up 1 here. And if they get to the totally destroyed side, 6, they get 2 VPs for destroying it, and then all the planes on the deck go into the watery grave, and the watery grave allows you to get points too. It's a really good game. It takes lots of room. There's lots of little things about it that are kind of interesting. I like the mini map here. The simulation of the distance by adding the +1 is kind of cool. I like the initiative cards and how they work. The only thing it kind of concerns me. I've never really seen it happen badly, but one thing that happens is during the search and destroy phase, the phase ends when the third draw 3 card pops up. So if that happens for one player 3 times in a row, which is kind of unlikely, it could be really bad for the other guy if one player has 9 cards and the other guy has hardly any at all. Lots of scenarios to it, lots of fun. There's actually some alternative history to it. Can't remember, like F-15 fighters, Tomcats, different things like that. But it's a good game, and I hope you get a chance to play it. I think it's a little harder to find now, but and the series is just announced today. I think that they were no longer producing anything else in the series, but I hope somebody picks it up. Thanks for watching.